All right, so let this last person in. All right, I think we are. Give me a second. All right, let me record. All right. Let's see.
Are we ready to go?
All right, agents. I'm so sorry about the delay. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but nonetheless, welcome to the webinar. So today we have Miss Jeannie Beanie and Mr. Robert, who is our brand new BDM with CIE Tours, and we're so happy to have them. We are no strangers to CIE, and Miss Jeannie and Mr. Robert, we cannot wait to hear these updates. So the floor is all yours. You guys can take it away.
Thank you so much, Tyra. And again, apologies for the technical difficulties. I got on Zoom one way and then I got knocked out. We have a new firewall system, so I think it's blocking me from that. So again, apologies. As Tyra said, I am Jeannie Bean. I'm the Key Accounts Manager, and I also have part of a territory in Northern Florida as a BDM. Robert, who is joining us on this call and webinar, who will be my Vanna, because he'll be flipping the slides for me. He is just with us, what, 2 weeks now, Robert? 3 weeks? And,
just finished 2 full weeks, I think.
There you go. You're on week number 3. So I'm over to you, so you can just do the whole thing. So Robert will be your local contact if you are located in Central to South Florida. If you happen to reside in another part of the U.S., no worries. We have a slide for you on that. Do you have other people, Tyra, that are not part of Florida, that may live somewhere else?
Oh, yeah. My agents are all throughout the U.S. So
perfect. That's what I thought. Perfect. That's good, because I have a slide towards the end that I'll leave up, and that will tell you who your respective BDM is, because that's who we recommend that you reach out to. But anyway, your little overview of CIE Tours. CIE Tours, as you can see, we bring your clients to Ireland, Scotland, England, Iceland, Italy, and Spain. This is our 92nd year. We are owned by the Irish government, which a lot of people don't realize. We are under the umbrella of their transportation department. Robert, you can go ahead and switch the slide.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give you a little overview of something new, a little history of CIE Tours a little bit, some of what we're offering in 2025. I'll delve in that a little more deeply. We're offering a Best of Spain tour, a Classic Sicily tour. We've added an Irish deluxe tour called our Irish Supreme, and then the Dublin Day Tripper that I'll talk to you all about with that. So we can move on to the next slide.
Go ahead.
We are the #1 destination specialist, as you can see, to Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. As I mentioned, we have been around since 1932. We expanded into Italy and Iceland in 2018, and we'll be moving into Spain, as I mentioned, in 2025. We are Irish-owned with local guides. The benefit of that for you is when your clients have free time, which we do give them free time, they will be able to utilize the knowledge and expertise of the local driver guides who can direct them to some of the out-of-the-way places, some of the hidden gems, if you will, places that may not be on the tourist map that the locals like to visit and all. So that's another benefit for that. We have no optional extras. This is extremely important for you and your clients. When you're looking at our brochures, which, by the way, we do have hard copy brochures, you can reach out to your local BDM to order them, or you can order them directly through the TA portal of our website, which is cietours.com. When you're looking at our brochure, we have a map in play that will show you the route that your clients will be taking. It shows you the hotels, a day-by-day itinerary. Breakfast is included daily. Many times, all 3 meals may be included. How you can tell what is included as far as meals is on the in the brochure when you're looking at the itinerary where it says BLD, that stands for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, for instance, if it says BD, that means they're having breakfast and dinner. If it's BL, breakfast and lunch. If it's all 3, they're having all 3 meals with us. So that is extremely important. No optional extras. What this means is you're looking at the map, you're looking at the itineraries, everything that you see laid out, that is the price your clients will pay. It is land-only pricing. We do have a dedicated air department, which we can bundle the air if you like. We have all the classes, all the carriers, and we do pay you 5% commission on the air portion. So the no optional extras, Unfortunately, some of our competitors, as your clients are tooling around on the coach, the driver guide will say, we're going to XYZ tomorrow night. Unfortunately, it's not part of your, what you pay for with your tour. But I do happen to have a ticket I can sell you. So they will sell you the ticket. We've done some studies, some analysis. It could be as much as $50 to $100 more than what they had originally budgeted for. I don't know about y'all, but when I travel, I pretty much try to stick to my budget. If I saw everyone else going to something, I'm thinking, maybe I should go. Maybe I'm getting the FOMO and I don't want to miss out anything. So we do not do that. Our driver guides, they are not salespeople. They want to regale your clients with history, with anecdotes, with information that is useful to them. They do not want to become salespeople, and they're not. So that is extremely important difference between us and some of our competitors. Hotel quality and locations. Our hotels, for the most part, are 4+ star hotels, all centrally located. I do have to put a little caveat in there. So if you've ever been to Iceland, there aren't very many 5+ star, if any, hotels there. They're all 3+ star, I want to say, the majority of them. They all have ensuite bathrooms. They all have restaurants. They all have bars. They're very, very nice. I've stayed in a number of Iceland hotels. I've had no issues whatsoever. Guest satisfaction rating of 95%. How we come about this, when your clients depart from their tour, we give them a survey. What did you like? What can we improve on? Where would you like us to go next? Italy and Iceland, understandably, number 1 and number 2. Spain and Sicily were also up there. We were supposed to have added those destinations in 2020. Something happened in 2020. We just often forget that. So we are offering those destinations in 2025, Sicily and Spain. So those surveys, they're 95% satisfaction rating coming from your clients. So that's something we're extremely, extremely proud of. Office locations in Morristown, New Jersey. That's the office that Robert and I report into. We also have an office in Dublin as well as in London. That gives you some satisfaction and some confidence that should something happen, we have people over there that can assist your clients. Moving on, Mr. Robert.
We're good.
Several different ways to travel with us. We do think we have a travel style for all of your clients. Our core would be our guided vacations. We have 45 different guided vacations from which to choose from. Guided vacations, your clients will travel on large-size coaches, luxurious coaches that have USB outlets. They have Wi-Fi. They have electrical, so you can snap and tweet and chit and chat and whatever you want to do on your social media platforms while you're touring around the countries. Normally, as I mentioned, I didn't think I mentioned yet, but the coach will hold about 50. For a guided vacation, the average is about 35 to 40. We never fill the coach. If that is still too many for your clients, we have the same itinerary, same coach, in a small group. It's no more than 26 passengers. When you're looking at the itineraries and price points on our website, if you ever see notation SG in bold print, that lets you know right then and there that it is a small group departure. We also have a private driver option if your clients want a little more personalized service and they want to be driven around by a chauffeur. That is from 1 to 9 passengers. Benefit of private driver, it's totally customized. You tell us the type of accommodations they're looking for. What do they want to do? Do they want any special meals? We put that all together and present it to you as our private driver. That is, again, from 1 to 9. If you have more than 9, we can still do it. It just is turned over to our dedicated group department. Another advantage of private driver is there is no minimum age. On our guided vacations, your clients must be at least 8 years old. However, on private driver, there is no minimum age, as there is no minimum age with the independent adventures. That is primarily what we refer to as our self-drive, our independent adventures. That is in Ireland only. We provide your clients with a Hertz rental car. They have, which includes the basic collision damage waiver as well as the GPS navigational system. Very, very popular for millennials, adventure seekers, people that just want to get up and go. 2 options under self-drive. It's Traveler's Choice and the classic itineraries. The Traveler's Choice, you basically pick your tour. What do you want to do while you're there? We do require a minimum of 3 nights accommodations, as we do with private driver. There must be at least 3 nights accommodations. Classic itineraries, we have 8 pre-populated itineraries that are very similar to more or less like a follow the coach, if you will. So they'll be on the same itineraries. on one of those 8 tour selections as a scheduled departure, as a guided vacation. They'll just have their own car to get up and go wherever they want to go. Continuing on, Robert. This will show you the backpack. You have a picture of the backpack up there?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. This is how we present all of the documents, no matter the number that you have in your party. If you have a solo traveler, that person will get the backpack. If you have a group of 1,000, all 1,000 will get the backpack. Included in the backpack is a water bottle, luggage straps, luggage tags, a rain poncho, a know before you go guide. So if your clients are going to Italy, they'll get an Italian go before you go. If they're going to Ireland, they'll get an Irish know before you go, which gives them information on the weather, where the embassy is located, tipping policies, some recommendations for shops and restaurants, etc. So it's a good informational piece. Probably the most popular item we have within the back, there's a little orange square that you see in front of the backpack. That is an adapter. So many people forget when they travel to Europe, you just can't plug in your curling iron and you're going to blow up the whole hotel. So we do provide adapters for you. These will go to your clients unless you tell us otherwise. We can ship them directly to you for you to in turn ship out. Just remember, they're quite heavy and they could be quite expensive for you to do that. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the backpacks. But it's presented very nice. We get so many compliments and kudos on our backpacks and the way we present our documents. I was talking to one of my colleagues in a high-end luxury cruise. He goes, Jeannie, all we send are like paper vouchers. He goes, I have people spending $200,000 on a cruise, and this is what they get. Look what you give them. I said, I know. So anyway, moving on to the next slide, Robert.
We're good.
This will give you a little bit of a breakdown of the portfolio. I had mentioned that we have 45 guided vacations, Ireland being our signature destination. We have 19 in Ireland, 5 standalone Scotland. If you're looking for combination Scotland-Ireland tours, we can offer you 5, 7 Britain standalone, 1 Irish-Britain combination, 4 in Italy, 3 in Iceland, 1 in Spain, for a total of 45. Moving to the next slide.
We're good.
This will tell you our traveler. Who is our traveler? Who travels with CIE tours? We have several core audiences. We have our heritage seekers. Those are the ones that want to connect to the culture, to the lifestyle of their ancestors. We think that our guided vacations provide a great way for them. We take care of all the details, removing the fear of the unknown. Another audience for us would be the dream trip chasers. Those are your bucket list people. Those are people that have waited a while. They've waited for everyone to get out of the house, and they still want to travel. So that's another big client of ours, or yours, I should say. Knowledge questers. Those are the people that want to dive deeper. They want to find out what their passion is about. They want firsthand experiences, firsthand interactions, and they want this all with the experts, which is what a guided vacation will do, because the driver guides are all experts in their field. Third category of our traveler would be the explorer DNAs. They want to identify with their wanderlust. They want to immerse themselves in unfamiliar places that have shaped their identity. They want to experience unique travelers rather than just local hotel accommodations. Moving on.
Good.
When you're on our website and you go into the travel agent portal, if you don't have an account with us, we will need you to set that up. The first thing you'll see when you go into the travel agent portal, it will say log in. You can see the red box up there to the right. So you would simply log in. Next slide.
Okay.
As you can see, you log in with your email credentials and the password that you created. There's a lot you can do on the travel agent portal. You can see your commissions, you can see your bookings, you can make online bookings. Very, very easy to navigate the inventory. You can find videos and pictures that you can use for your own social media platforms if you want. So you're going to log in. You're going to say no or yes, I'm a travel agent, and it will bring you up. Once you're logged in, it will bring you up to this travel agent portal where you see Education Center, Edit Profile. Are you on that screen now, Robert?
Yep.
Okay. So Education Center, that where you can go drill into that, and that will give you a list of the BDMs. It will tell you give you ways to pull up social media pictures or videos, anything that you may need. You can edit your profile. You can change your password. You can manage your subscription. Yes, I want to get this. No, I don't want to get that. Frequently asked questions, and then if you want to log out. So you can see below my reservations. It will show you all of the reservations that you have made, the product, the tour you selected, the passenger's name, when did you book it, when are they departing, is the status, is it pending, is it on deposit, and when is final payment due. You also see we have a chat feature. Our chat feature is not a bot. So if you click chat, you don't have to worry about reaching out to a computer person, if you will, a computer that's going to say, oh, let me connect you to this after you've already told them everything that you want. No, you'll be talking to an actual live person who'll be able to help you right then and there. Moving on.
Next slide.
You can also download an itinerary. A lot of times your clients will say, oh, I want to see the itinerary. Well, you don't want to have to go to the copy machine and make a copy and then send it to them. Here you can send it to them in a very nice professional way called downloading an itinerary. You pull that up. You're going to select the destination, as you can see right here by the box, the red indicator here. You continue on. You select that. We'll move on to the next slide.
We're good.
Yep, this one is itinerary with date and prices. So you selected the itinerary that you want, the Irish Adventure. As you can see, it gives your clients an overview of the itinerary along with the map that I had mentioned earlier. Here you can put in the blank box highlighted in the red here, that's where you put your own contact and call information. So that's what you put your call to action information on that. And you can just simply send it off, as I said here, and your clients will get the itinerary all easy to them. Do you have any questions on anything so far? Please feel free to reach out if you do. Happy to answer them. If not, we will move on and we can answer more questions at the end if you have any. So moving on, I'm going to give you a little bit about the Best of Spain itinerary, brand new for us. We will not offer this in July nor August. It's a little too warm. We're very excited. Agents and advisors have seen this. They think it's a perfect itinerary to visit Spain. It's all the must-dos. It includes 9 days, 15 meals, 4- and 5-star vacation. You can see you start in Madrid. You can see by the map. You've got the 2 here next to Madrid. So you have 2 nights in Madrid. You'll take the train over to Cordoba. You'll visit Cordoba, continuing around on the motor coach, who will meet you at the train station. You'll spend 2 nights in Sevilla, continuing on 1 night in Granada, 1 night in Valencia, ending in 2 nights in Barcelona. Some of the highlights that you'll be seeing while you're on tour, you'll visit Madrid, obviously. I don't know if you know, but Madrid's a very, very old town. It was developed, if you will, in 860 AD. It's the 3rd largest city in Western Europe behind London and Berlin. So it's a very metropolitan type place to visit. You'll see the Prada Museum, which opened in 1819. This museum is phenomenal. I could have spent all day in this museum. It contains some of the greatest artists. Has some of the best collections of European art in the world. Some of them go back to the 6th century, so they're quite old, to the late 19th century. You're going to visit, like I said, the museum, the Cordoba. You'll visit the cathedral. You'll visit the plaza in Spain. Continuing on, the next slide. Here you'll visit day 4. You'll visit the Cathedral Sevilla, which is the largest cathedral in the world. It's probably the 4th largest Gothic church, if you will. Christopher Columbus is actually buried here, so it has a little famous people buried here. You'll also visit the Alhambra Palace. The Alhambra Palace is one of the most famous monuments. The architecture, as you can see, is Islamic type architecture. The construction began back in 1238. It was finally finished in 1492, so it did take quite a few years to finish it. Christopher Columbus actually received his royal endorsement for his expedition out west, or east, I should say. You'll also visit the Bodega Vina Elena. that is still run by the same family. It was established in 1948. They've got third and fourth generation family members still running it. So it is quite an old bodega. Moving on to the next slide. You can see we'll be visiting the Albufera rice fields. How they come about is it's Spain's largest lake. The rice fields are the origin for the paella. So if you like paella, this is where some of the rice came from. Your clients will also, and you will have a paella dinner while you're there. The City of Arts and Sciences, that is opened in 2005. It's one of the top tourist attractions in all of Spain. They wanted to make it, you can see up there in the top right, it looks real familiar to the Sydney Opera House, and that was done on purpose. The Gothic Quarter, it's in the heart, if you will, of Barcelona's historic district. It's filled with trendy bars and clubs and restaurants, and it dates back to over 2,000 years. One of the highlights of visiting Barcelona that you should never leave Barcelona without visiting is Sagrada de Familia, all by the Gaudi influence. Gaudi started it way long ago, many years ago. The columns branch upwards. They form a canopy like trees. It's just an amazing place, and it is finished now, so you can go see it. Moving on to the next slide, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Sicily. Our classic Sicily tour encompasses 8 days, 13 meals, a 4+ star vacation. You can see you're starting in Palermo for 2 nights in Palermo, moving on to Agrigento for 1 night, Taormina for 3 nights, back to Palermo for the 1-night stay. As I mentioned, we're only going to have 1 departure here in July and no tours in August. It's just way too hot, so we're not doing that. So a little bit about what your clients are going to see while they're in Sicily. Of course, they'll be visiting Palermo. It's real famous for street markets. They have a lot of outdoor street markets. It's also the capital of Sicily, if you will. It was occupied by the Phoenicians in the 7th century. They founded it, and then the Normans conquested it later on. Once it was conquered by the Normans, it became the capital of the country, which at that time was called Kingdom of Sicily, which lasted until 1816. You see the cathedral there in the middle, Monreale Cathedral. It's probably one of the most beautiful Norman churches in all of Sicily. And the mosaics that you see around there, they are actually made with 2,200 grams of pure gold. So that's probably quite an expensive little church there. You'll also visit the Cantina Pellegrino. That's one of the producers of the Marsala wine. It dates back to 1880, and they make the wine for everyone around the world. The Valley of the Temples on day 4, down to the left. That is a true architectural site in Arrigato, Sicily. It's probably one of the most famous examples of the Greek art and architecture in the main attraction to Sicily. And over to the right, Taormina. Taormina is just a beautiful town high up on the mountains. They first settled Taormina back in 735 BC, and it's basically known for its Greek theater, and which is still used today. A little bit of history there. Moving on to day 5, your clients will be visiting, Silvica. That's on the mountains between Taormina and Messina. It's one of the many Sicilian villages and towns that have been around for over 1,000 years. It's also known for some of the Godfather movie villages. So if you're familiar with Godfather, this is a lot of they're reviewing going back to Sicily. This is the town they're talking about. Mount Etna, you can see Mount Etna there in the center. It's an active volcano. It's on Sicily's east coast, and it's probably the highest active volcano in Europe. And my understanding, it is spouting right now. It's located on a convergent plate margin between the African plate and the Eurasian plate. So it has a little history on that. You're visiting down to the cathedral. You've got the Orta de Etna. That's also a vineyard producing grapes since 1850. You'll visit the cathedral, the Messina Cathedral. Richard the Lionheart worshiped there back in 1119 during his crusades. And you'll also visit Gepelu. It's a coastal city on northern Sicily. So you'll see the beautiful, beautiful Mediterranean waters there, bottom right, excuse me. It's also known for its Norma Cathedral, which is a 12th century fortress. Moving on. This is a new tour for us in 2025. It's called our Irish Supreme. If you have any upscale clients or looking for a guided tour experience, this is what I would highly recommend. It's brand new for 2025. 9 days, 15 meals, 5-star vacation. You're in Dublin for 2 nights, Kilkenny for 1 night, Cork 1 night, Killarney 2 nights, Newmarket-on-Fergus 1 night, and you're ending in Dublin 1 night, as you can see by the map, where you see the route going down from Dublin to Kilkenny to Cork, things to Kerry, Killarney, Clifton-Moor, Dromoland Castle. The hotels are all 5+ star hotels. You can move on to the next slide there, Robert. Your clients will stay at the Shelburne. They'll stay at Laris Estate and Spa. They'll stay at Dromoland Castle, Hayfield Manor. It's a tour directly created and curated for your high-class travelers. They'll have a foodie tour. They'll do spas. You can see some of the sites they'll be seeing. The old library at the Book of Kells over at Trinity College. One of the famous rooms within the old library, you can see it right there, it's called the Long Room. It's about 200 feet in length, and it's normally filled with over 200,000 of the library's oldest books. One of the most impressive libraries in all of the world. Moving to the right, the Jameson Boas Distillery. That was founded by John Jameson in 1780. It still stands as a monument to the Irish whiskey, so you do some tastings. You'll visit Kilkenny Castle there on the bottom left. It was built around 1260. You'll visit the Roseborough House Falconry, where you'll see over 40 different types of birds of prey. They've got falcons and hawks and owls and eagles and from all over the world, basically. And something that sounds really cool that I've never done before, but I would like to, is the bottom right there, the Cork Tasting Trail. It's a relaxed type tour. It's about a 2.5 to 3 hour stroll through the center of Cork. You'll stop at a range of foodie areas. You'll discover the local and the Irish cuisine. You'll meet some artisans, producers, retailers, some of the Irish pubs. So it's quite impressive from anyone that's done that. I would like to have done that. Moving on to the next slide.
Good to go.
You'll visit Kinsale, which is probably known as Ireland's gourmet capital. It's a great haven for art lovers, seafood aficionados. Your clients will take a jaunting car ride throughout Killarney National Park. You'll tour around the Ring of Kerry. You'll also visit the Cliffs of Moher, an iconic site within all of Ireland, rising over 700 feet high. It's about 9 miles long, something you can see that's a little bit different on any U.S. attractions. It's hard to see, but there's no fence around the Cliffs of Moher, so you all have to be real careful when you're up there because it's very, very, very windy, whereas in the U.S. they have guards and gates and everything else. But here, nope. And then one of my favorite attractions and places to go in all of Ireland is the Irish National Stud and Gardens. It's a thoroughbred horse breeding facility. The gardens, beautiful Japanese gardens. Some of the studs, the horses there, you'll see some birthing, you'll see some foals, you'll see, the horses are unbelievable. A lot of the late Queen's horses actually were born and raised here at this place. Some of the horses, the stud fees are like multi-million dollars to be able to birth a horse from one of these studs. So if you ever get a chance to visit the stud farm, it's amazing, just amazing. Moving on to our Day Tripper collection. I don't know if you're familiar with our Day Tripper collection. The premise of the Day Trippers, right now we have it in 4 locations. We have another one in Ireland, but it's in Adair. Your clients have 5 nights in Adair. The last 2 nights on this one is in Dublin. We also offer it in Scotland, England, and Italy. The concept behind the Day Tripper is, I refer to it basically as a cruise on land. So you're only unpacking once. So for instance, with the Dublin Day Tripper, it's 6 days, 9 meals, 4-star vacation. You're staying at the Trinity City Hotel. So what your clients will do is they will branch out each day, visiting the local attractions, excursions around the area, all the while returning back to the same hotel in Dublin. So for instance, in Italy, your clients are based, it's called our Tuscan Treasures. Your clients are based in Tuscany in a beautiful little spa town called Montecatini. and they're staying in a lovely 4+ star spa hotel called Croce del Monte. Each day they'll branch out. One day they'll go to Pisa. One day they'll go to Cinque Terre. One day they'll go to Florence, all the while each day returning back to their same hotel. So they're not unpacking and leaving on the coach the next day. They are stationary for the time that they are visiting one of our day trippers. They're all traveling, again, by a luxury motor coach. So, for instance, on the Dublin day tripper, and the reason we added the Dublin day tripper, as I mentioned, we're going to the next slide, Robert. The reason I mentioned that is because the 5 nights in a dare, which is, if you think of Ireland, you'll think of a dare. It's got the thatched roof. It's beautiful, beautiful quaint little city village. A lot of the clients asked us, advisors were saying their clients wanted more time in Dublin. So therefore, we added the Dublin day tripper. So the Dublin day tripper, as I mentioned, 6 days, 9 meals, 4-star vacation. Some of the sites your clients will be visiting are the Irish Immigration Museum. The Irish Immigration Museum, it's a very moving history. It's located in Dublin's Dockland area. It covers the history of the migration and the immigration to other countries. So it's the famine that took place during that time. So it's pretty moving experience. You'll also visit the Newbridge Silverware. That's one of the iconic silver brands in Europe. They've been designing and manufacturing silver since 1934. You'll also visit a sheepdog demonstration. These dogs are amazing. They can round up those sheep, bring them in to be sheared, just get them going. I can't even get my French bulldog to get off the couch without doing anything. So these are, this is an amazing, you'll have some tea and scones, you'll watch them being sheared, just incredible. There's a sheepdog society which formed back in 1906. So every year they do have trials either in Ireland or in Britain. The hop on, hop off coast is a best way. It's a bus route. It's got strategic stops through all of the attractions. The Windmill Lane Studios is a recording studio. Some of the artists that have recorded there, you'll recognize the Rolling Stones, U2, Simple Minds, AC/DC, Spice Girls, many, many more. The castle there, Mahalotide Castle, that dates back to the 12th century, and another place that your clients will be visiting. Moving on to private driver, I basically mentioned private driver, some reasons for booking private driver. You set your own schedule. It's perfect and multi-generational. As I mentioned, there's no minimum age. You're going to have the local drivers who are more seasoned drivers. Again, you customize it to your wants, to your needs, to your budget. You can stay at manor homes. You can stay at castles. You can stay at beautiful hotels. Your driver guide, you can switch up the itinerary based on the water, based on the weather. If you see, if they see a store somewhere they want to pop in, as long as it doesn't interfere with maybe something they've already have an appointment with or scheduled for, no worries at all. So it's a great way to basically tailor it to your client's needs. Can it be pricey? Yes. If your clients are staying in castles every night, yes, it can be pricey. When you're on our website, when you go into travel styles under private driver, we do have some itineraries, the more popular itineraries that we curated, so you can get the price points there for that. But again, it's totally customized. You tell us what they want to do, what they want to see, etc. We put it together for you. Next slide will talk to us about our self-drive that I mentioned earlier. Again, it's in Ireland only. That's why we have our self-drive. Again, 2 options for self-drive. The traveler's choice, you set your own schedule. Again, remember 3 nights accommodations minimum, same thing with private driver. You choose from your hotels, your manor homes, your castles. Again, it's suitable for all ages. I usually try to recommend to our advisors, if you have clients either on private driver or independent, and if they only have 1 or 2 night stays in it, 1 or 2 stays in a castle, try to put that towards the end if it works out, because it's kind of like the wow factor when you're leaving with a castle stay. Second itinerary is classic itineraries. Here you use one where you can select from the 8 itineraries that we've already preset. You do get the complimentary GPS navigational system along with the basic collision damage waiver. Moving on to the next slide, if any of you do groups. Groups for us, we have 3 options for groups. We have a dedicated group department. That's all they do is groups. They don't work on anything else but groups. So all you need for a group is 10 passengers. So it's not 10 cabins, it's not 10 rooms, it's just 10 people. As I mentioned, 3 options for groups. The first one is the shared schedule group. You simply select a tour, a guided vacation right out of our brochure, with the understanding there could be other advisors around the country selling into it. Second option, private group. If you like that itinerary, but you don't want to share it with anyone else, you can have your own private coach. It will be just your clients and your own. It is tiered pricing depending on the number of passengers that you do have. Third option is the private custom. Again, totally customized. Again, a minimum of 10 passengers. You tell us the type of accommodations they're looking for. What do they want to do? Do they want any meals? What is their budget? What is their pace? We provide that to you in net pricing. So it's, again, tier-based, so the number depends on the number of clients and passengers that you have. So it's a net price, and as you know, we give you a base price. You mark it to whatever you think your market will bear, because you know your market better than us. You mark it up to whatever you think it will bear. Moving on to the next slide, we'll show you how we present the documents. We present you with a five-page proposal, if you will. We also will create a custom call to action flyer for you with all of your contact information. It gives the price point, the map, the itinerary, etc., all the while coming back to the call to action. Yeah? Oh, I didn't know someone said something. Again, complimentary to you once the group is confirmed. If you're not booking groups, next slide may give you a reason why to book a group. This is an example of when you book a group with CIE Tours. This is based on the average commission on a scheduled group of 15%. Your commission, because you're part of Travel Leaders, on our scheduled guided vacations is 16%. So you make even more money than is showing here. So if you fill the coach, once you fill a coach with us, which could be 43, 44 passengers, your commission bumps to 18%, and that's on the whole entire package. So if you have a booking on this one, on our English Odyssey tour, departure, as you can see, July 13th. This is with 44 guests, again, land only. Your commission would be a little over $41,000. Plus, you'll earn 3 tour credits. So you can give the tour credit to yourself, to your friends, whoever you're traveling with, but you will earn 3 tour credits in addition to over $41,000 in commission. Get a couple of those a year, that'd be nice. Moving on to the next slide, we'll give you some of our current promotions, and we always have promotions going. Just don't expect you to remember these codes. With the current group promotion, if you put a group together for 2025 in Ireland, Britain, Italy, and Spain, you will earn an additional $600 on a scheduled group. That's above and beyond your commission that you would normally earn. If you do the same group, but you book either an Iceland or an Irish Supreme Tour, your bonus commission bumps back up to $800. So I'm having a hard time talking here. Again, we don't expect you to remember any codes that are associated with any of these promotions. You can see the booking window for this goes through November 27th of 24. The next promotion we have, if you have any private driver, interest in private driver, we do have a private driver promotion going where your clients can save up to $1,000. That's on our new bookings to Ireland, Britain, Iceland, and Italy. They do have to have a minimum of $2,500 land only for each of them. Again, the booking window is through November 27th. The travel window is all of next year. We also have last minute bookings. That's more or less a rolling promotion. That's always going to be in there. The last minute is the booking window. How you can tell any of our promotions, when you're on our site, you pull the promotions tab and you'll find the itinerary. It will show you all of the promotions. The final promotion we have is our next one, which is our past guests. This is what I refer to as the Holy Grail promotions. It is combinable with any of the previous promotions I showed you. This is the only one that is combinable. The other promotions are not combinable. Your clients have traveled with us in the past, either on a guided vacation or private driver. They travel with us again, we'll give them $150 off per person. If they have traveled on our self-drive with us in the past, we'll give them $75 per person on any of our Traveler's Choice or classic itineraries. This is the slide that will show you who your person is for your BDM. It gives a whole map. It also has the contact center, the group's information, their phone number, private driver phone number, because these are all 3 separate departments. The contact center pretty much concentrates on the FITs, the group business. If you are not the guided vacations, groups is a dedicated group department. That's all they do is groups. Same thing with private driver. So I'm going to leave this up here for a minute for you to take a picture, write down who your person is. Jen Bond handles all of Canada. Bonnie Garrett handles South California, Southern California, along with Alaska, Hawaii, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming. Jackie Davidson handles Northern California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. If you are in the Midwest, Roger Kramer is your person. He handles Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Andy Stewart also helps him in the Midwest by handling Michigan, West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. South Central, Dan Dorn, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas. Chris Barnacle next to him handles Southeast, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. Anthony is our Mid-Atlantic BDM who handles Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, and the D.C. area. Liz Scanlon is who Robert and I report directly to. John Race, if anyone is in the upper New York, New Jersey area, he handles upstate New York as well as New Jersey. A Dean handles Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont. You can see Robert down the bottom who handles Central and South Florida. And there's me. So if anyone's in the Jacksonville area, Daytona Beach area, westward to Pensacola, I'm your gal. Let's see, and this kind of leaves you with some more information. That is basically our presentation. Robert, thank you again for your assistance. Kyra, can we answer any questions?
I personally don't have any questions. The webinars are always amazing with you guys. But agents, do you guys have any questions? You guys can come off of mute.
Well, if you think of any afterwards, feel free to reach out to myself or Robert. We'll be glad to help you, or who your local BCM is, whatever you may need.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for this amazing webinar. Agents, if you guys have any questions, just let them know. In the meantime, thank you so much, Jean.
My pleasure. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Y'all have a blessed day.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Robert, and we look forward to collaborating with you.
Likewise. Thank you, everybody.